I was very direct. I said to Samantha Power, resign and speak out. You won a Pulitzer Prize winning book on genocide. 27,000 Gazans have been killed in the last 3.5 months, probably more. And I also said to her, if you want to do something about climate shocks, you should resign and speak out. My name is Agnieszka Sykes. In the last 13 years, I've been with the Global Health Bureau at USAID based in Washington and covering a range of health programs, mainly focused on programming in Africa. For the last 4 months, I have been sitting in a US government office working on global public health. As a contractor, I work at the Global Health Bureau, working for an administrator who is a political appointee appointed by President Biden, Samantha Powers. And as I've watched this essentially US-supported genocide unfold before my eyes, getting statistics of, when on average 127 people being killed every day, being slaughtered every day, I felt very torn about being in a position where I'm somehow associated with that. And that had been basically percolating over the course of the 3.5, 4 months I had been there. I had left at the end of January. And I was particularly conflicted because Administrator Power wrote a Pulitzer Prize winning book on genocide. She has written books, other books, including An Education of an Idealist, all espousing views about how important it is to respect human rights and speak out. Don't be a bystander, be an upstander is one of her famous quotes. As you can imagine, because I know I'm not only speaking for myself, but many of my colleagues who work at USAID, who are under this leadership of someone who has some influence in this realm, because she is very much front and center with the Biden administration, having worked under Obama before. She is well connected. And to view the unfolding of this genocide while she has been totally silent has been torment, pure torment for myself. And I know, again, I can channel the feelings of many of my colleagues to the point where we are emotionally so conflicted, no pun intended, about what is happening and unfolding. So the hypocrisy for us is on another level probably than any other agency or bureau, because Administrator Power wrote a Pulitzer Prize book on a winning book on genocide. So I was moved to try to reach her with messages, since nothing had previously worked really effectively internally. And I was ready to pretty much go out on a limb. I'm not necessarily a natural disruptor type, but this is so egregious to me and so heart-wrenching to me, what is happening right now, and the complete disregard for human life in terms of views on Palestinians, the complete disregard motivated me to go to this event that she held on January 3rd. It was an event where Samantha Power was to speak on climate shocks. And ironically, she was going to speak on how the world has failed in terms of addressing and preparing climate shocks, that we need to do more in terms of climate shocks that destroy infrastructure, destroy crops, destroy communities. And I would just replace it by, let's work on not supporting the Israeli state that is destroying infrastructure, crops, and communities. I was very direct. I said to Samantha Power, resign and speak out. You won a Pulitzer Prize winning book on genocide. 27,000 Gazans have been killed in the last 3.5 months, probably more. And I also said to her, if you want to do something about climate shocks, you should resign and speak out. The needle won't be moved until there are more people speaking out. And again, going back to why it's particularly important for Samantha Power to speak out is because, again, she wrote a Pulitzer Prize winning book on genocide, just this topic, just what we're seeing unfold in Gaza. I wasn't satisfied, but not surprised by her response. And I really don't believe she will be able to do anything about the situation unless she does resign, unless she speaks out. She is eloquent. She is smart. Um, I in some areas I have a lot of respect for her. She can really change and try to put a halt to this ongoing genocide if she does resign.